All right, guys. So this is J-Bay, and I am here with author, business owner, amazing all-around person, Shay J'naye. She is the author of this upcoming book, Velvet Diaries, Dollar Hoe. It's a novel, guys, and yeah. So we're gonna talk to her about this. How you
Hey,
feeling?
Blue, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you feeling? This book is about to be released. Really, we on the verge of it being released. How does that make you feel?
I'm so nervous.
Why? Why are you nervous?
Girl, it's like all of my thoughts, like it's going to be out into the world. Everybody's going to really be listening to my thoughts.
Yes.
It's nerve-wracking, but I'm happy. I'm happy and I'm proud of myself, but nervous.
Look, the nerves. They are understandable for me because I'm a nervous person too. But this is very, very major. First of all, and I am so proud of you. I can't even explain how proud of you I am. This is major.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you.
You are welcome. Okay, so people want to know, or I want to know. I don't know. Get all the tea. Well, first we'll start off light though. Okay, so why did you decide to become an author? Like, what was that about?
Well, I always knew I loved reading. I started reading young adult romance around the time I was 15. Some of the girls in my class, we used to pass books around and, trade off books or whatever. I would stay up past my bedtime reading. So that's how I knew I loved to read. And then when I turned about 17, my mom gave me all of her urban fiction books. And when I tell you, I just became infatuated. And in my head, I was like, you know what, I can do this because I have a vivid imagination. I can just come up with stories off the top of my dome at any given moment. So I tried it and I liked it.
Girl, so the urban novels that she gave you, those were the grown books.
Yeah, because I would always see her reading, and I'm like, you know what? My mama read, it must be cool. So yeah, she allowed me to read them. She knew I wasn't doing nothing that the adults were doing at that time. I was still a virgin.
Yeah.
But
I love that. No, that's really dope, especially that your mom was able to pass her love of reading down to you.
yes, and I thank her. I owe her for that, definitely.
Yeah, that I really love that. You see, we learning something new about you because I did, okay, I really do like that because I'm a reader myself, and
Yeah,
that's I think that's something to cherish, and especially when you could share it with your loved ones.
definitely.
Okay, all right. So, why did you write this particular book? Velvet Diaries, Dollar Hoe. That title by itself is just like, okay, like what is this about? Tell me more. So why did you
So
write
it's
this?
it's inspired by true events. When I was, let's say, 22,
Mm-hmm.
I went out to Oakland, California, trying to be a superstar. I was trying to actually do music and model at the time. I'm a singer, songwriter. So I was trying to go out there, make some big moves, and ran into the wrong people. Ended up doing some strange things for a little bit of change. And
Mm.
luckily I made it out safe, unharmed. But when I got back home to Tampa, I just could not let that go. Like, what if things had been different? What could I have done differently if I hadn't given certain people control over my body? So when I got back, I'm like, you know what? I told a few people, and they were like, you know what? That sounds like a movie or it sounds like a book. I'm like, you know what? Go ahead and turn it into a book. And although it's not based off of everything I went through, it's more so of a what if I had went back to California? This is how things would go down.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's how I came up with the premise of the book. The title, The $1,000,000 Hoe, somebody actually called me that in California. And, they were like, oh, you do music, you model, you $1,000,000 hoe. I'm like,
what?
oh.
Okay, look, I'm over here like just so fascinated by everything that you are saying, because I just love how you took that title that somebody put on you that, might not be the most like appealing, and now you done turned it into a whole work of art.
I didn't know if I should have been offended or what.
Exactly.
It as a compliment, and I took it as a compliment. So yeah, I ran with it, and I'm like, you know what? Even if this book don't make it to a bestseller, at least I got the story out, and I'm gonna change the narrative. So yeah, it's kind of like just making a choice to rewrite a story that didn't end too well for me.
Oh my gosh. Okay. It's first, everything you said, that's a lot to unpack. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sorry that you had to experience that. Even though, I know it made you into who you are today. It's just, some things is just, we should not have to have experience. So I'm sorry that you went through all that.
It's cool. It's cool. I know a lot of females, like, they don't make it out. Like, they end up doing that for the rest of their life because it gets addicting, the fast money. And these people that try to have control over you, they can, mess with your mind and manipulate your mind. So it could have been worse. I only stayed there, I want to say 2.5 months.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm proud of myself for even making my way back home. So, yeah.
Because, yeah, like you said, people get, like, wrapped into that lifestyle. And like you say, never leave.
Yeah.
I know that took a lot for you to just leave. That is, wow. Okay. All right. So, let's get into, like, what genre? I know we talked a little bit about, like, the background of the book, and we've heard about what inspires you to write this book. So what genre, like, would you classify this book as?
I would consider it urban fiction, street lit, and erotica.
Oh, okay. All right. And I don't know if I've ever heard that genre, but now I'm, like, intrigued for sure. Erotica. Okay. That's very different. That's different for sure.
That's like the Zane books, the little sex books, what they call them.
Mm-hmm.
But I tried not to put too much of that content in there, although it's in there. Spice it up a little bit, but I didn't want to focus too much on the sex part. So I wanted to add some street stuff in there. It's a lot of stuff. You got to read it, but yeah, that's that.
Okay. No, I'm excited, and that's good, because I feel like somebody might have overdid the sex scenes and whatnot. But like you said, if you have I feel like it'll be a good balance of it, then, you did your thing. Because then people really get the grasp of, oh, this is not just about making, I was going to say another word. But this is not just about sex. Yeah. It's also about this story of, these characters, which we finna get into the characters. Okay, so we did talk about what does the title mean. I love that you went into that. Now, which character is your favorite, and then, like, your least favorite?
I'll start with the least favorite, because I know that right off the dome. Mm-hmm. That would have to be Isaiah.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about Isaiah? A little bit?
Yeah, Isaiah is the baby father of Velvet's best friend, and he put that girl through some hell. Um, I know a few Isaiahs.
Girl, don't we all? Oh my gosh. I don't even got a baby daddy and I be feeling that.
So yeah, he's my least favorite. Once you get into the book and you see how things end for Tia, you'll understand why I don't like his character, but I had to put him in there. My favorite character would have to be Auntie Diamond.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Okay, why is she your favorite?
I think it's the balance of her. Like, she definitely stepped in when she needed to. I look at her as the hero of the whole book. She stepped in when her niece Velvet needed her the most. She stayed with her through her hardest times. She came in and did what she could do to make things better. And not, I don't want to say she babied her, because there's a lot of things that Velvet did in the book that she shouldn't have done. But that's that one person in your life that's not going to judge you. She's just going to listen to what you have to say, listen to everything you've been through, and offer up her assistance in any kind of way you need it.
Sorry, I heard you're fine. We could cut that part out. But what was I gonna say? Oh, okay. So yes, what's her name again?
Auntie Diamond.
Okay. Auntie Diamond. So I feel like we all need an Auntie Diamond in our lives for sure. Just by what you describe,
Yeah.
It sounds like one of those people that well, like you said, is gonna be there when we need it the most. And then, some people don't have that Auntie Diamond.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, I like that. So now that, you've been talking about Velvet. So can you tell us, give us a little bit of inside info? Why is she the way that she is? Like, what's up with Velvet?
A lot of people hate her. Like, when they first read it, when they get into the first few chapters, they hate her. She's very outspoken. She's a hustler, and there's a reason for that. Me personally, since, her character is based off of the what ifs I went back. When I first went to California, I was already a hustler, but not an extreme hustler. Like, I would go out, do hair or whatever. I could bring home like 150, 200 a day and be okay with that with myself. But in California, you kind of have to base a lot of people base your worth according to how much you produce. So in other words, if you're not bringing home like $5,000 a night, you ain't shit. Regardless of everything else that you may have accomplished for that day, if you're not bringing in enough money, you just not shit. So with me being told those things, and when I got back home, like, I literally had to stop myself from working so hard, because if I didn't bring a certain amount of money home, I just feel like I didn't do shit for that day. Yeah. So with me knowing that about myself, I kind of wanted to really put those emphasis on this character. She bases her worth off of her productivity.
Wow. Okay, that is very insightful. So that really explains, that piece of her that is a hustler and why she is the way she is. Because, like you were saying, you were okay with $200 a day, but being in an environment and being, I don't know, it might have been peer pressure, maybe, having you think otherwise, like, okay, now this $200 ain't enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so
and also, what was I going to say? Oh, Lord, this mind is mine.
Girl, we wanted the same with that.
Her productivity. Also, like I might include a little spoiler in this next part, but the whole premise of the book, she's working so hard to get money for a building for her business. Had she just leased the building like a normal person, she wouldn't have to go to California. But she wanted to buy the building outright in cash.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think it was more so of her wanting something with her name on it that no one could ever take away from her.
Yeah.
Or not having to owe anybody anything. So yeah, that was a part of it as well.
And I think a lot of not only females, but people in general can relate to that, because I just feel like it's so much tearing down in this world where, you know, people feel like they can take stuff from you, but, you know, you having your own business, you having your own degrees, they can't take that from you.
Right.
So I can, I can definitely understand that mindset. So besides Velvet, are any of the other characters, are they based on like real people that you've met, that you've encountered, or you know, how did that part go with the other characters?
There's a character, and not a main character at all, Monica, and I think she embarks the story of a lot of people in America. She was a missing person in the story, and there's so many women and young Black girls that go missing every day, and no one bats an eye about it. So I had to add her character because it's not all glitz and glam when you go out there to California. I know a lot of people may have thought that this book would probably glamorize the prostitution life. It's not that at all. So Monica, I would say a lot of people would remind me of Monica. A lot of missing women, a lot of missing children. Tia, I'm currently going through some things like Tia at the moment with the custody battle, so I can relate to Tia. I can relate to a few other characters as well, not just Velvet. So
yeah,
but yeah, I don't want to get too much and put too many spoilers out there.
yeah, because like for sure, like everything that you said, I'm still finna pick up read the rest of that book for sure. Like, oh my gosh. But I really love that you did not just include, you know, what people may think as the glitz and glamour, because there is, you know, like you were saying, other aspects to that world that may not be talked about as much. So really applaud you on that for sure. Now, okay, so if I can say, I was very honored to be able to read some of the books, so I thank you for that. And so I had a question about Big Rich. Okay, so what does vengeance mean to him? And so y'all, when y'all read this book, y'all understand why I'm asking this question. You got to read to find out, but I still want to ask her, what does it mean to him?
Control.
Okay.
It's sad that some people really believe they have a right to a woman's body and that they can profit off of a woman's body and body parts that they don't even have.
Say it louder for the people in the back now.
It was him losing control. Like, he's never had a woman in his life to defy him or talk back or try to make it in life without him. You know, some people want to feel needed, and like I said, it's just control. When he lost control of her, he kind of lost control of himself because it made him question his self-worth.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Girl, that is so deep. That is so deep. And I know that probably went over some people's heads, but no, that's so real life. And then when I asked you that question and you said control, girl, you could have just left it at that and I would have got it. I promise you, because, girl, now you got me thinking about my past. Like, that's having that trait is just such a ugly, nasty trait, especially like when you abuse it and you, girl, okay, yeah. So that's big rich. Okay. Wow. Okay, so let me ask you, why did you decide to name the chapters after characters? Because that's different. You don't see that a lot.
1 second.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing an interview. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. But y'all don't have to do it at alternate and it's bedtime. So go use the bathroom and go to bed, okay? It's okay. Go use the bathroom, go to bed. You too. Go. Don't you start that. I'm not sleeping down. Go. Royal, go downstairs. I'm gonna go outside. They can't bother me out there.
Girl, you seem like you're such a, like, are you into like gentle parenting?
No.
No. Girl, you was just so calm.
No, girl, it's just because the last 2 days, like, it's just, oh my God.
It's a lot.
I've been so angry the last 2 days, so I'm trying not to put myself in a damn hospital. Because if I get too angry,
yeah,
it's over for everybody.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, please take it easy. I'm going to be praying for y'all for sure.
Thank you, bro.
You're welcome.
You can re-ask the question. I'm so sorry.
No, you are fine. I remember. Okay, so looking at the chapter names, you named the chapters after the characters. So what made you decide to do that?
I think it's more personal. I don't like third person point of views when I read stories. I don't know, I just don't, and I don't like writing in third person, so every book I write from here on out will be first person. I think I wanted to make everybody's chapter personal and intimate, so we're getting into their thoughts, their feelings, their motives, their fears, all of those things. So I think that's why I did it and named it after the characters. Okay,
I do like that, and I do thank you, because it makes it easier, like, for a person like me to keep up. Like, okay, now I'm reading about Tia, now I'm reading about Auntie Diamond, or whatever the case is. So that I like that you did that for sure.
Definitely.
And so, how long did it take you to write this book? Like, what was that process like? Was it fast for you, or?
So I started it. I got back from California in 2016, and like, after I had been telling people about what happened, and they told me, like, hey, man, you need to write a book about that shit. I immediately got the cover done. I didn't even write the book yet, but I got the cover done.
Look, that's manifestation, girl.
Yep. I wrote it, and then some of the things that I wrote were starting to manifest, and I got scared. Like, the first draft that I wrote, Velvet had a family member that was sick with cancer. Months later, my grandma passed away from cancer. So
oh,
I
my
put
goodness.
the book down. Yeah, I was so scared. I'm like, oh my God, did I manifest this? Or, and I'm not gonna question God, because I know that was gonna happen anyways. But it just, the timing for me at that time, I'm like, I had just wrote about this,
right?
And now my grandma is diagnosed with cancer. So I got scared. I put it down.
That would have scared me too. No lie.
I put it down. I put it down for 8 years, and then I met a new friend the end of last year, and I told him about my Cali venture, and he was like, you know what? Like, you need to pick that book back up because that sounds like a bestseller. So,
And
do I
is.
really want to?
And is we gonna go ahead and speak that to existence. Oh wow, okay.
So, I redrafted it. I made a new outline. I changed up the storyline completely. And I started writing December of last year. And then I finished it the middle of January. So it took me a good 30 days to write it this time around. But the idea was in my head 8 years ago.
Yeah. Girl, I'm clapping that, like, clap that up on 30 days because you've been working hard.
Girl, yes.
Wow.
I just set a deadline. I'm like, you know what? I want to get this out Valentine's Day. So I set the goal and I did it.
And you did it. Girl, please be proud of yourself. That is like so amazing. Oh my gosh, I didn't even know 30 days. That's major. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. You're welcome. Okay, so I think we kind of, well, I will ask that. What besides Velvet, is there any other characters that you can relate to in any way?
Tia, Sapphire, not so much. Probably just Velvet and Tia.
Okay, so I'm gonna just leave it at that because they gonna have to read to find out more to see how y'all relate. Okay, so speaking of Velvet and Tia, could you be friends with them, or could you see yourself being friends with anybody in the book?
Not Velvet or Tia. Hell no.
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 So they're not good friends, or they wouldn't be good friends for you.
Velvet is money hungry, and Tia is digmatized. Now, I had a few digmatized friends, and they irk my fucking nerves.
Oh, they man can do no wrong, huh?
Like, stupidity for a man, that I don't roll like that. Now, I would be friends with Mike and Benji. Definitely. I would keep people like that around me. I have people like that around me.
Okay.
And I love them to death because they'll do anything for me.
I like that. I feel like people should have people like that around them.
Definitely.
Okay. I love that for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And are you able to tell us, without giving away too much, because you done dropped a few spoilers now, that we're grateful for them. We are grateful, and we're still going to read it. But what is your favorite part of the book?
My favorite part is when I would say it's Benji's chapter. Benji only has one chapter, and I'm gonna leave it there. But that right there is my favorite chapter.
Okay.
I'm not sure why, but I just love he and Sapphire's relationship. I love it, and I love how down he was for her. So, and he also got vindication for, well, not, I don't want to say vindicated. He got, I should say, retribution for what had happened to Sapphire. So that was that chapter, and the epilogue, which is the last chapter of the book, has to be my favorite.
Okay. Girl, I lost my train of thought too. Hold on, I had a very good point. Okay. Okay, so you already said that you would be friends with Benji, so that kind of coincides why that might be your favorite part. So we just gonna have to read it and see. And like, earlier you were saying that if you did write, or you said any books from now on will be written in first person. So I don't know if that was like a little hint. So is there like going to be a sequel to this Velvet Diaries $1 Million Hoe or what?
There's going to be a sequel, and it will be out next year, Valentine's Day.
Y'all, did y'all hear? Okay, so this dropping Valentine's Day. Cool. Yeah. And then another one on next Valentine's Day?
Yes, ma'am.
Girl, you are working so hard, and I love it.
Thank you.
I'm so happy for you. Like, very inspiring, first of all. So I know people are gonna hear this and be inspired, because I'm over here raising my hand because I'm one of them. Very, very inspired. It's just the fact that, you know, like, we've been talking and, you know, getting close for years, and I'm like, this girl did it, and like, she's like very, very inspiring. Let me tell you that.
Thank you, Mama.
You're welcome.
You've been there from the beginning. Like, when I met, you don't know the full story. Like, when we met, I had just put the book down, and I was gonna make a soundtrack to the book. Mm-hmm. And that's how I came up with the brand Velvet Nights to go with the book. And I was going to get you to be in the music videos. So that's how we met. And I thank you so much for believing in me, because, girl, I didn't even have a budget to work with, and you were willing to work with me, a complete stranger. And you took that leap of faith, and you were ready to support me at any given cost. And you've been supporting me for years, and I really appreciate you. I do.
It'll make me emotional over here. Well, I'm already emotional. I'm trying to hold it in tears. It's just that I've just always been. It's you, girl. It's totally you. Like, your vibes, your energy, your soul is just all around so amazing. And I feel like ever since we met and been in contact, I've just always been excited to work with you, excited to see everything that you're doing, and excited to support you. Yes.
Thank you, Mama. You are everything. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. But thank you for real. Like, this, like, what I feel like we have built over the years, it's very, and, you know, when I had first called you, I was like, it's been a long time since we talked, but the feelings, it just don't never change. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's always love, it's always positivity, and it's always support. And, girl, forever and ever, it's gonna always be like that. So don't worry about any of that.
Thank you so much, and I hope everybody enjoyed the book. I really do. I put my heart and my soul into it. Literally, tears, sweat, everything. It's
been a long time coming, and like you said, when you put it down for 8 years and then came back to it, it's just for me, that tells me it's like a certainty of this was meant to happen.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm hoping for a bestseller.
Yes, and we are speaking that all over this. All over this, for real. And like I said, the part that I read, I was very intrigued. And let me tell you, I've been meaning to be reading more. This is the book that's going to get me reading more. Period. Aww. It definitely is. Because it just got me excited. Because I've always been a reader. But like this, I was like, oh my God, this going to be the one. This going to be the one, for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mama.
I'm sorry, what was you about to say?
Nothing. I said I just really hope so. I hope all this hard work ain't in vain.
It's not. It's not. And put the negative, any doubts. Don't even doubt yourself, beautiful. Like, this is it for you. It's gonna take you to new heights for sure. And I just want to thank you for letting me ask you these questions, and sharing and being so open and open-minded, because I know this is going to inspire a lot of people and just help them overall. Especially like this interview plus the book. It's just going to be a whole big old explosion of inspiration.
Thank you, boo.
You're welcome. All right, girls. So, that is Shay J'naye, author of New York Times #1 best-selling book. Put it on it. Velvet Diaries, $1 Million Hoe.
Hey, I'm gonna drink to that.
All right. Okay.
All right, y'all get to the grocery store now.
Let me stop this. Hold on. Done.